Corrie was wondering how to create a flower brush. So for that, I open a flower here. And I'm going to use the Smart Selection brush. I'm just going to be a little lazy and just select that flower and all the yellow in the middle. There. So I copy, paste as a new image. I'll close the original. So this is the very basic. Since I want to turn it into a brush, I don't really care about the colors. I see that the outline is pretty good. If it's not, you might want to clean that up. And then once it's extracted, you will turn it to a grayscale. Under Adjust, Hue Saturation, Colorize, and you turn down the saturation to 0. Whatever hue is here, doesn't matter. Saturation to 0. That will turn to grayscale. And then you have to remember that this, as a brush, whatever is dark will appear darker or more opaque when used as a brush. So wherever it's black, it's going to be completely using the color you'll use, whether it's red, blue, yellow, doesn't matter. While the area that all the areas that are white are going to be very faint versions of that color. So for example, I can use this, and if I want my flower to be more obvious, I can play under Adjust, Brightness, Contrast, Levels, and get even more. If I go this way, I'll have something that has more white, but if I want the brush to be more opaque, I might want to go this way. And at this point, I will just export, go to File, Export, Custom Brush. And yeah, this one is too big. So depending on the version of PaintShop you have, it could be a different size. Old versions, like the JASP versions, like the maximum size I think was like 300 pixels, very small. So let's just resize this to 500. And I can go back to File, Export, Custom Brush, and I get Flower Test 3. And now let's open a blank image, and I will load in my brushes. I put an A to go a little faster. Where is it? A, F, flower, F for flower. Here. So this is the flower test 3. And if I choose, let's say purple, this is what I get. And you see how the center is translucent because it was lighter. If I wanted to not have that in the center, well, I could have painted maybe the center with black and make it completely opaque. That was one way to do it. Now, also, I had the question as to how to use that in a mask. And it's going to be exactly the same way. If you have a mask, I'm going to create a mask. I'm going to fill with a color just so we can actually see the effect. And I'm going to add a new layer where I will create a mask. So maybe I'll make a star shape that will become the mask. Let's just convert this to a raster. So I want this to become a mask. I can use my flower and print out, oops, not with the eraser tool, that's for sure. Takes a while to load. The erasers and the brush are both loading the same. Okay, so if I go with white, I can go and have them all around like that. That might not be the best because it's already seeing or showing this star. So what I can do is do that on a separate layer and just use the star as a guide. I'm going to remove it after. And I could use the brush variance palette to get my flowers to rotate a bit. And now let's remove that star. You can see how I have that mask. I can have flowers in the middle if I want. And then I can turn this into a mask. But what I can also do is have, for example, on this layer, I can add a mask where it will hide all. So everything's black. I don't see anything. But wherever I will imprint in white, the color will show through. And you can see how it appears now as part of the mask. So one thing to remember is that whenever you use something that exists, whether it's a flower, a person, a landscape, you have to consider that the brush will not remember the colors. It's only going to be grayscale, and whatever is black is going to show very opaque. Whatever is white is going to be almost translucent, and the gray is going to be everything in between. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the campus!